So let's click on homework 2 and take a look at that. Homework 2, you're going to do several things here. You've already used Renamer or the equivalent. You're going to be using Renamer again, and you're going to be doing some kind of more real life, sort of real scenario type situations with the images themselves. So the scenario is you've been given a bunch of digitized images, but they still need more work done to them in your digital workflow. So here you're going to add some OCLC codes to your images, and here I have them linked. You'll, by your first name, you'll each get a real college name or university, but the images in them are not necessarily from there. They're images I have from my own archives here. And they're all in zip files, so you'll download them and put them onto your desktop or flash drive. But anyways, I've given you codes that are created by OCLC that you need to assign them to put in the file name. You'll need to do various things to the file names themselves to normalize them. There's also in Renamer a xfdate button that you can use to insert that into the file name. Anyways, and some sort of best practices that I enumerated in week 4 in the presentation about how you basically create a file name. A lot of times you want to go from left to right, from general to particular. Second part of this would be using the XF tool itself in Microsoft Excel or Mac Microsoft Excel or OpenOffice. Any of those will work as long as it's some kind of spreadsheet software. Here we're gonna and I'll actually get into that in more detail in a couple minutes, but we're going to be using the XF tool to update some tag information in it. You're going to export a CSV file that I'll talk more about that will give us the information that's in these images that I've given you, and you can get basically tag like XF data or IPTC data out of that. And then once you have it in Excel, you're going to do some various things to sort of format that Excel information, and you're going to have something that looks something like that when you're done. Again, this is all stuff that in a digital library scenario you would be doing. You need to work with spreadsheets a lot. It's just sort of one of the tools of the trade. And then you want to get your images ready as well, the actual file itself. So we're going to put watermark image, and since you all don't have necessarily access to Photoshop, I've found a free piece of software called TSR watermark image, and it's pretty straightforward, and I've already given you a video tutorial on how to use that, but it's pretty straightforward. If you spend some time with it along with the tutorial, you should be okay. And then once you're done, it's due March 6th, you're going to zip up everything into a compressed file, .zip file. You're going to have a CSV file, a folder of your reduced and watermarked files, your images, and a copy of your DOS commands. And we're going to do that in a minute, but just so you know now, you're going to need to put those probably in a text file, and you can type those out. You're not going to have a lot of DOS commands, so it's not going to be hard if you just wanted to type them out, but I can show you how to copy them as well into a text file or Word file. That's fine as well. Big thing with this is you're allowed to work in groups if you want, but the main thing is whatever images I assign to you, you need to do all these tasks and send them to me. So if you work in a group, as long as you're both doing your own images, you're allowed to help each other out and so forth. And you can also, on the discussion board, talk freely about how to do certain things, and hopefully it's a learning atmosphere. We don't want to just be giving out the whole answer, but anyways, you're allowed to do it, work as a group, and that'll be due March 6th. Okay, so let's go back here and look at just one moment here. So let's look at what on the AV Preserve tutorial, some of the things she talks about. First thing we need to do, so let's go back to our week 5. and click on XF tool, and we're going to download. I'm on a Windows box, but you might be on a Mac. I think almost all of you, except for maybe one or two, have been using Windows, and then the others are using Mac. For this part of the exercise, you can use a Mac, but I would advise with some of this, if you're interested in learning, then I would go ahead and charge forward with using alternative Mac tools. If you feel like you get stuck at some point, it might not hurt if you are on campus or close to campus to use one of the Information Commons computers, because those are PCs and work from there. But anyways, if you're having some Mac issues, just contact me or post to the Homework 2 discussion board, and we will resolve them. I know how to use Mac, so I can help you out, but it's just another step. So we're going to download this. We'll just click on that, and you can see it pop down. And here it's actually in a zip file, so I usually, just to be sort of kosher, I'll extract it right there, and then it's just an executable file. And what I'm going to do is take this over, and I'm putting it on my USB drive. I just find that it kind of simplifies things by having it there. You can put it on your desktop if you want, but the thumb drive means you can take your whole project with you and go to another computer if you wanted to, or as I mentioned before, you could go to Information Commons, use it there as well. But it's an executable that should launch and run right from your USB drive. You don't need to have it installed in the in the operating system's C drive. So okay, alright, so let me pull that over there, and I'm going to pull it onto my removable disk, and here it is. And then I'm going to drop it in my HW2, and then I'm going to put it in my rename folder. And this is where I'm going to work from, is right here. I advise that you keep the XF tool with the images that you're going to be working on, the ones you're assigned. It's just easier that way. Next step you're going to have to do is you're going to have to rename this. The reason it has that little -K, that's sort of like a for Windows, or that's like basically a little program command that says if I drop this on here, it actually opens it up and starts running right off the bat. So we haven't gotten to this yet, but I just want to show you that by having it there, you don't even need to open the DOS command. I can drop all these photos on there, and it'll open them right up. Oh, went too fast, but yeah. So what we're going to do is rename it. So we're going to go like this, and just delete that parentheses and that -K. And once I do that, that'll make it so now I can use it in the DOS prompt. So let's talk just a couple minutes about, we've installed, wasn't really much installing, we just downloaded the XF tool. Once we've done that, basically we're going to have to use some kind of DOS prompt or command prompt or terminal, PowerShell. There are various tools out there that you can use. I'm on a PC again. The most common one is DOS, the command prompt, but let me just show you PowerShell, because one of the, and how you do that for you Windows users, again, I think you can do it on a Mac, is I just typed in power, and we'll get past point, and then so PowerShell is there, and all you have to do is just click enter and it'll open it up. Now, PowerShell, we're not going to use it, but what I wanted to show you is that this will let you use the exact same commands that the AV Preserve tutorial uses. We're not going to use this, and I'm going to show you the difference. She uses basically the ls command, ls for list, and that's a Unix command, and PowerShell uses Unix commands. But I'm going to use the DOS prompt, and how we get to that, you can see I have it up here saved as a shortcut, but I'll show you down here how I do that. And that's just basically CMD for command. And if you type in CMD, it'll show up. The other way you can do is just navigate computer, or excuse me, go to Start and All Programs, and go to Accessories, and usually the command prompt is in there somewhere. System Tools. I might have moved it out of there, but anyways, that's where Windows PowerShell's in there. And I assume that comes stock on any Windows 7. Anyways, I must have moved it out, but it should be in your System Tools. But just again, if you do CMD, it'll bring it right up. Okay, so let's open up our command prompt. It goes by a bunch of different words, but if for some reason you open it up, and I'm just going to actually close this out again and do that again, CMD. Okay. Sometimes it'll default to being on your, let's see, let's do U. It'll open up like that. That's on a wrong drive, so all you have to do is just type the letter. If I want to go C drive, all I have to do is just C:, and it changes the drive. If I want to go to E drive, which is where I'm going to my, and you know how I know it's my E drive is removable disk, E. These letters are all your drive letters. So all you have to do is just type E:, lowercase e would do it as well. So now I'm in my, thumb drive. So first thing I can do here is do some DOS commands, and I've got like a little cheat sheet that I'm going to post up for you on the off the course site as well. That just some notes on EXIF commands and sort of DOS tricks and things like that for you to follow on. So first thing I want to do is just find out what's in my directory. Now what she would do is use ls. That won't work in here. That's not a recognized command, but dir is for directory, and basically what that does is just list what's in your directory. So here I'm at the sort of root of my directory, if you will, of my flash drive. You can see here I've got all my coursework here that I back up on my flash drive. And then I have this homework too. Since I'm doing a little tutorial, I just gave that a special folder. So what I'm going to do is do cd, that's for change directory, and I think that was the saying that she uses. And then I'm going to do homework 2 and enter, and now I'm in that directory. So now I'm going to do dir and list what's in there. So I'm going to go to a folder I created. I don't know if you remember, but when I dropped the EXIF tool in there, it was in a directory or folder. When we're doing command prompt, sort of DOS prompt type stuff, we tend to use the word directory, not folders. So I'm going to change directory again, and then I'm going to go to renamed. And now I'm in that, and if I do directory, it'll list what's in there. And as you see, I have some images, or excuse me, image files that have not been normalized yet, so please don't take this as like the final product. This is what I'm giving you more or less. And this is what you're going to work on, but you're going to have already gone through the renamer part of the homework, and these should not have names like that. They should look a lot more normalized. So, and then I got the EXIF tool here. Once I'm in that folder, I can just start running EXIF tool and do my various commands I'm going to show you, because I have EXIF tool included in there. So make sure your tool, the executable file for EXIF tool, is in the same folder or directory that your images are in. It just simplifies the commands a lot more.